This is not the video that I wanted to make, but I think it is time. The US today threatened military force against a NATO ally. It's also threatened Canada in similar ways. The time has come for us to stop thinking that we are somehow immune because of history or something from being the next Venezuela. I hear a lot from our leaders about how the global community is reacting, but not a lot about how, what you and I are supposed to do. So, Canada, to get us through the next year, I propose a plan. 5 steps that we each commit ourselves to personally. First, we might be going to the polls this year. And if we do, we must vote like borders matter. Ask candidates where they stand on NATO, American influence in the media, and security. And if they dodge those questions, as some already have, you will know which side they will stand with when the chips are down. Now, this might mean that you vote for a party different than what you usually do, or a party that isn't on board with everything on your wish list. Let's make sure our country is still here and argue about the rest next time. Second, it is time to stop feeding the social media algorithms that were built to amplify division. Platforms like Facebook and X are carefully engineered to keep you scrolling, angry, and reactive. You don't need to engage with posts and comments that are designed to provoke your anger. You don't have to engage with them. A lot of those accounts are bots or coordinated actors. They're not your neighbors. They're automated, or they're part of influence campaigns that are trying to destabilize public discussion one angry click at a time. That's partly how the US fell. Don't let assholes dictate the tone of your politics. Just don't engage. Ignore them. Unfollow pages that just seem to be riling people up. Third, we must recommit ourselves to the boycott of American products with as much fervor as we did at the start of the tariffs. Download Buy Canadian apps. Use them. Take just a minute in the store to check whether that brand is Canadian owned. You can't find exactly what you want? Try something new. Every dollar you keep circulating here weakens external leverage. Fourth, support independent Canadian news. A country that can't tell its own story, it's easier to push around. And finally, the most important, don't hate the rank and file Americans. Most of them didn't vote for fascism either. Most of them see the parallels with the worst of what World War II brought. The average American is just like you and me, caught in the middle, just trying to do right by their family and their community. American citizens are not our enemy. Look, history teaches us that countries don't always lose sovereignty all at once. They lose it slowly through complacency and distraction and the comforting idea that it can't happen here. Czechoslovakia was dissected piece by piece. No invasion at first, just pressure, appeasement, and fatigue. The full occupation only came once resistance was gone. Or Hungary, which was consumed slowly using arrests and propaganda and control of institutions, not tanks, on day one. The difference between a vulnerable country and a resilient one starts with what ordinary people choose to take seriously, how they consume information, and how they vote. The world entered a very dangerous phase this week. It's been 214 years since Canada was at war with the US. It's not a guarantee. It's just a record. And records only stand if the people living inside them do the work to keep them intact.